Hi, it's Alicia, and welcome back to the Mintay YouTube channel. Today I am sharing a double layout using Corola's Marry Me collection. This is a beautiful collection. The pastel colours and the flowers and the wedding banners are all just so pretty, and they go perfectly with these photos from one of my very best friend's wedding. The bridesmaid dresses really do match the pink tones in the papers. So let's have a look at how I created this layout, and I'm going to talk you through the exact process. The first step is to cut two 12 by 4 inch strips from the number 9 paper, which I've called the pink script writing. And then you need another two 12 by 4 inch strips from the 04 paper, which I've called pink fairy lights. So altogether you will have 4 strips of paper, 2 of the pink script writing, 2 of the pink fairy lights. You're going to use 2 12 by 12 pieces of white cardstock as the base of your layout, and we're going to pop the fairy light strips at the bottom and the pink script writing on top. And we're just going to adhere those with double-sided tape, and then following the join of those papers, we're going to glue some very pretty lace right on that join of the 2 papers. I just used double-sided tape on top of the join, and then I just placed the lace on top like that. For this layout, I've chosen 2 6 by 4 landscape photos, but don't feel that you have to stick to those size photos. You could easily use 4 square shaped photos. Play around with the photos that you do have and choose what would work best for your layout. I am adhering the photos 2.5 inches in from the edges of the paper, and I'm just sitting them on the top of the lace. The next step is to do a lot of fussy cutting. You'll need 2 pages of this number 9 paper to fussy cut out the images. You'll also need 1 page of 01, and we're going to fussy cut out that top section there. You'll need 1 page of 02, and we're going to cut out the bottom section of this page. You will need a page of 03, we're going to cut out the top section of that page, and 04, and in this page we're cutting some flower clusters. Once you have trimmed out all of your images that you're wanting to use, it's now time to begin placing on your fussy cutting elements. I like to use a piece of cheesecloth underneath the fussy cut element. This softens the effect of paper on paper. I just adhere my cheesecloth with a little bit of liquid glue, and then I use double-sided foam tape to create an extra bit of dimension to the layout. If you prefer your layouts to be very flat, just stick to the flat tape. Now this layout here can be done in stages, and as you can see it really does look quite pretty just like this. And you could even, if you wanted to keep it simple, and if you were doing a really big wedding album with lots and lots of pages, I think a page like that just on its own is really quite beautiful. On the other side, this is the right hand side now of the double layout. We're doing exactly the same thing, gluing down the cheesecloth and then applying the fussy cut element on top with foam tape. The papers are so beautiful, they really do all of the work for you. Down the bottom, I had a play with some of the individually cut fussy cut elements. So I've got a banner and a wedding dress, a branch and a cluster of flowers, and I'm just overlapping and layering the elements and deciding which ones look best at the top or the bottom of the layers. Then I'm just adhering the bottom elements with liquid glue. To secure those in place. The elements in this kit are beautiful, in this collection is so beautiful. The wedding dress, I decided to use foam tape so that it is a little bit elevated from the rest of the elements. Then I'm just adding some cheesecloth to create that little bit of a difference between the layers of paper. Just popping on the flower on top with some foam tape. And then there's a little lantern that's just going to slip in somewhere there with a little bit more cheesecloth. And you can just pull the cheesecloth with your fingers and manipulate it to make it work for you. So making these clusters is really quite enjoyable, and you don't have to rush this part of your layout. This is the most creative part, so it's nice to just have a little play and take your time. Now I wanted to join the two sides of the layout visually, but I am going to keep them separately so that they can be put into an album. So I'm just cutting that banner in half but pasting it together so that it does create a visual line between the two layouts and joins them together. I'm now going through and adding a few more floral clusters. I don't like the painting in this photo because it is the wrong color scheme, so I cover it up with a floral cluster at the top there, just to hide that blue color. I cut this photo in half because I want it to be visually joined across the two pages, and I'm using some cheesecloth again to break up the paper layers. Here I am just adding some little pearl flowers to embellish the page. I just picked these up at my local craft shop. Then I decide to add in another gold banner across the top. And then I choose to add another couple of floral clusters at the sides of each of the photos because I felt there was a little bit of space there that I could decorate. At the top I added in another little gold banner to fill in that white space in the corner, and my layout is complete. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it gives you some guidance of how you can take Carola's beautiful Marry Me collection and fussy cut all the little elements and pieces out and then put it together in a relatively simple way. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the Mintay YouTube channel and have a lovely crafty day.